You've got a priorities.
Yeah.
I didn't sleep last night. Kids are up in Hazy's at night. Jerry. Everyone does.
Yeah.
Oh, just see what started, Mom.
Yeah.
Well, I sure love every one of you.
No, we didn't know that.
We never showed her one bit.
Here, line up here again tomorrow.
Okay, Mom, now turn around now.
Turn around.
That was just one of those designers.
You gotta keep your hat crooked or you gonna straighten it out?
No, keep it crooked.
That's what it's natural, that way.
How about cowbell? Am I diploma? Graduated from motherhood.
Let's have a little animation here.
Yeah.
It's funny, you'll hear him on that thing too. Oh yeah, you'll hear all this.
Oh no. Mark, watch out.
There you go.
Come on, you gotta move a little.
Yeah, a bunch of statues. Aerobics, let's do aerobics.
You can
Pop a quickie here.
Give me part of our family.
Hey, if I give you my camera, will you go take pictures for me?
Take what?
I'm going to take some pictures for
I'm
you.
not very good at taking pictures.
It's very easy.
It's very cool.
That thing hanging on.
Turn this like
Everybody's got to send a copy to the ones that are in there. I can't take your own picture.
Just stand right there and grab it. You don't have to sit out in the crowd. Because you got your
Not by much. Okay, everybody, kids, tip your hat back.
Oh.
Hold on. Where's the what?
1 second, I got one more here.
Film companies love this.
Boy, don't they? They're going to get tired of all these pictures of the same group over and over.
Is that it? Is that it?
Not much to work with.
Let's go, brother.
Some freezing wet.
Aim and shoot. Camera big enough. That's a good one, kid.
Dwayne, get on the end there. Get on the end. No, boys. Spread out.
Ron,
Do you need a white hat?
obviously.
I got my black one.
Bring pictures back. Click, 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 click. Sounds like a bunch of beetles.
Where's my sunglasses?
Oh, you're a handsome brother, Kyle.
Oh, there comes Bill.
Next.
Okay. Somebody take one.
Thank you.
Come on, Shannon. Shannon? Charlie?
I never do that.
You're the only one that's shaved.
Stand up here with Shannon. Oh, boy.
Real clean.
That's a busy bunch, huh?
Great grandkids.
Here, we're right here. Look at those people in there.
They already spread up.
That long.
Say what?
Get right there.
What?
Here, look over there. Look over there.
Eric, look here.
Hey, Eric. Eric.
Go out. Don't laugh, Eric.
Look at that nose.
Is that it? That's it. How about the older grandchildren together?
All the... Jamie, tip your hat back.
Yeah, we can't see
Can't
your
see your face.
face.
There you go.
You don't even need that hat on.
Take those shades off, Cody.
Okay, everybody. Are you going to show your belly or just you gonna? All right. Look at that thin guy. Where'd that basketball go?
You can hold that in for 4 minutes.
That's it. He said.
Grandma swam.
That's
Swim.
Win.
Wait a minute, they'll be there.
Hold the bell up and then pull them there. There you go. Johnny?
Right, Cody, get out of there. You're too sharp. Nancy.
I'm not familiar. Diane, put your hands for you.
Wait.
Oh, no.
Pull me over.
Hold it. One more.
Great, Graham.
You're one.
We didn't say brat.
Okay, your turn.
Jake?
It was count.
They're bringing her.
You have to squeeze in a little bit.
Yeah, get the other off.
Wait a minute,
Oh, we're missing one. Hurry up, Claire Dean.
Burn! Hurry, Clergy! Fly! Get your broom!
Can't get wet.
Okay, everyone look up here!
Eric, Claire.
I'll line you guys up. Oh. No, Karen, keep it clean. Little children will be watching this. Right. Stop. Taking pictures of the yard.
Cheers, lots of flowers. I'm gonna go look at the kittens.
Oh,
Get them all together and get a picture of them.
Uh-huh.
Whole pack of them.
I think I got them all. Just filming this yard brings back memories.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
Does that have sound too?
Yes, I'm recording everything.
It's my brood.
I'm going to read a poem.
My brood of 8. One came rather late. There were 4 girls, 4 boys. They filled my life with sorrows and joys. We offset our work with much play, of which I was plenty each day, but sometimes more work than play. We watched birds, picked flowers, hiked hills for many hours, thinking we were in high towers. We hunted rocks, killed snakes. Many of their antics gave me the shakes, and sometimes bellyache. One by one, they soon were gone, some far away, some nearer home. Who wished not to farthest roam. Now as I work alone all day, I have lovely memories to cheer me along the way. Grandkids came along galore, not just 1 or 2, but 24. It's strange how soon they needed more room. Great-grand I thought I'd never see, but there's plenty of them too, like me.
Who wrote that?
I did.
Oh, did you? That's good.
And Ridennoure.
That's what I want in.
Uh-huh. He rode down too many hills.
Bedtime stories.
No.
Is that 10 foot?
Yeah.
If he can't make it, we'll lower it for him.
I'll show you how to do it.
Just go ahead and start.
Yeah, I'll show you how to do it. This is the way the short people do it.
Chubby's gonna do it.
Too short.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Taking pictures. You want to see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Come here.
What am I supposed to do? Move around?
Yeah, do it. Do it. There
Clean
you.
the chimney. Clean the chimney, huh?
Yeah. I just want you on camera.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you going to take your kids home anytime?
Into the motel later.
Okay, you're not going over to the river?
Oh, we're going to the river right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hi,
Oh, I want to go get them.
You can stay there with them while they swim? Okay.
You look funny.
He is funny.
What are you?
No. Not me.
Right here.
Oh, we're having pictures taken.
Yeah, that's great.
How are you?
Oh.
I got it.
Yes, how about that? Say hello.
Say hi.
Hi.
There, I got you.
Say, how are you?
How are you?
Probably taking a rest.
What's your name? Clara Jean. Hello, Doris.
Hello. How are you?
Why don't you take your shirt off at least? At least you'll have something dry. Can you go under there? Can you go in? Okay.
What happens when he doesn't come out? Do you guys go in or do I keep filming?
You should walk up.
I'm going to get up there in the house.
On the house?
Yeah, get some of the valor.
That's where my mom and Aunt Pat were born.
Uh-huh.
You get sick at the stomach?
Yeah.
Beaver's name? What, where? Yeah?
They make their nest out of mud.
Huh?
And then that's
They
over
make their
there.
nest out of mud.
Oh.
See?
Yeah, mine there's a beaver lodge or a beaver house or whatever. Dam. Watch. There's a beaver's dam.
Is there?
Yeah. That's a beaver dam, right?
Okay.
Mommy.
Hold on. How about that back around over here and maybe down a little bit.
Are you zooming in? That's a regular condominium, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Bird style.
What are they, Dad?
Swallows.
Swallow.
Aren't they pretty? Those things are getting in buoy now.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it solid?
Huh?
Why is it solid?
Why is it solid? Or why are they swallows?
That's their name.
That's what kind of birds they are,
I'll
swallows.
bring the car down. You can hold that camera.
That's just cool.
The old school.
I used to be a
That's where your nana went to school at.
That's a fire.
Eric, do this.
Down on the little creek.
Do this.
Hold your hands in front of you, like that.
Clap your hands.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And I had to. Blondie had the flu. Lynn had the flu. And for Alma's little girl had
You know you can get in a habit
We
of
all
doing that,
got
and you really, and when you
And
do
Elmer
away, you just want to
did
lay
the
down.
all that. Did everything for us.
You locked in there.
Well, I have one story that I'm
Things kind of cleaned up. We want Mom and Uncle Sam to tell us about their trip from Texas to Colorado by a covered wagon.
For coming. And hope you enjoyed being here. We certainly didn't realize when we started planning the reunion that Mom would be soon planning to make a move and leaving the valley, and we wouldn't be having the opportunity to do something like this again. So, you know, it's just a once-in-a-lifetime thing. And for all 8 of Mom's kids, this is the first time since either Christmas 45 or early in 1946 that all 8 of us have been home at the same time together. So that's meant a lot to us. And for all your grandkids and great-grandkids and cousins and everybody that's wanted to be here, we thank you. From Texas to Colorado, and they were still just, I guess both of them teenagers.
We all 3 were teenagers.
Aunt Blondie. And, so they're going to help each other. I don't know who wants to start first.
Well, Sam says he's not going to talk, but he's going to coach me. Because he remembers things I didn't hear. I didn't see. So I didn't know how they got enthused over coming to Colorado to homestead. I never did know just how it was. He just told me that our oldest brother Harry and Chancey Lee, which was just a real old friend, they came out and kind of located up Smith Canyon here. And then Sam and Uncle Frank came out in January on the train, and they went out to Smith Canyon, and they got acquainted with the Lynn family. And then Sam got sick with the flu, I had to tell it off. And when they got back, he was real sick. So I sat up with him all night, took care of him. And next day I went out to the barn to get eggs, and I was sleeping tired, and the sun was shining, and I lay down on the creek bank, went to sleep, and the next day, well, I had the flu. And then Blondie got the flu, and a lot of Uncle Frank's family got the flu, and we were in a little 2-room house. So we had a stiff bout with the flu for a while, and we got over that. Blondie and I went back to school for a few days, and then we decided to get ready and come to Colorado. So I don't know how Sam got the wagon ready and the little team of horses, Ribbon and Crockett, just little ponies, and he put an overjet over the wagon, which is a frame that fits out over the wagon a ways. Put our bedding up there, all of our storage under that in the wagon. And so we started out. And we left Paducah the 6th of April and came on before we got to Canadian, Texas, well, here was a windstorm, blew the sheet off our wagon, turned our wagon over, going around a hill, got the gully here and the hill here. Finally, we got past that, and then it started raining. And he said, I didn't remember this, but he said we stopped at a farmhouse to stay all night, and they wouldn't let us. So we had to go on into Canadian. We got in there and stayed at the wagon yard. A wagon yard is where people always went to stay when they had to stay over in town. And they had a long string of rooms there, little cabins connected together. And that's where you could cook and bed down in little straw beds. Was it straw mangers or something?
It wasn't where I am.
It wasn't, well, some of it was, I remember. Maybe you had been. But Blondie and I slept in the wagon. We were privileged, so we got to sleep in the wagon. The boys slept in the little shacks. We cooked in there. And he says we stayed 3 nights. The night we got there, and then he and a cousin that was with us all this time, had his horse, saddle horse. They worked 2 days, and then the 3rd day, well, sun was shining, we started on to Colorado. And the Canadian River was out of the town there. How far? Not very far out.
No,
Very close to town, and long bridge, and Blondie and I wanted to walk across the bridge. So he's got a picture of us. I should have brought it out. And we got the head of the horses here in the seat up here. And he took our picture way down there where he got the horses' heads was all and us. So that's the way we came across the bridge. And we camped out all the rest of the way. Every night we'd camp out. We'd have to try to find a place where there's water so we could water our team. And so one place we fished, we caught fish. Another place we fished was a little stream, not very wide. You could jump across it, but kind of deep. All we caught was frogs, big frogs. So we got a lot of frog legs. We'd never fried frog legs. Every time we'd take the lid off the skillet, they'd jump out. So we'd catch them, get them back in, put the lid on. So we had frog legs that night. And Blondie and I'd take walking turns back of the wagon or front of the wagon or whatever. Sam did the driving most of the time. And the wildflowers were blooming before we got to Colorado, and we enjoyed picking wildflowers. Came through Oklahoma, through one of the towns, and had a lot of Indians in it, not dressed as Indians, but we could see there were Indian people. Well, we had never seen real Indian people, and so that was kind of unusual. And we came on over into Colorado and stopped at Mr. and Mrs. Ted Barker's. And the little rabbits, little cottontails, was about half grown, a little bigger maybe, and thick, just sitting around, not afraid. Sam got his beanie and went out and knocked them enough in the head to have a big rabbit fry that night, and he skinned them. Mrs. Barker says, now, I'm going to fry them and make biscuits and gravy, and you kids have got to come in and eat with us. So she fixed the table, we thought awful nice, and cooked up this big platter of rabbit and a big bowl of gravy and biscuits. And we just sat there and ate, and we thought that was pretty nice. And then we started on over, and we got off on a wood road. It was well traveled, and we thought, oh, this is the road to Smith Canyon. So went down this road and hit a dead end, just a wood road, where they'd go down and get wood and come back out. So we had to stay all night down there, and when we got up the next morning, it had snowed. So we finally got out of there, come on down, what was that, Long Canyon. We came down Long Canyon, stopped at a farmer's house, or a rancher's house really, and found out later it was the Corbins. And then a field on down a little farther, and that was George Brost's place, and he was plowing. So we didn't know him at the time, got well acquainted later. Came on down to the Limney house, and we stayed there quite a while, and the boys got jobs or something. They weren't around a whole lot anyway. That overjets off the wagon is, well, off the ground about so high, wasn't it? Not very high, but our bed was still there, and that's where we stayed. We stayed outside Limney house in this covered wagon overjet thing. That's where our bedding was. And we did laundry for Mrs. Limley. Blondie and I'd wash all day long on the board. Had to carry her water and heat it in the pot. Carry it to the tub and wash the clothes. Carry them back from the pot and boil them. Take them out, take them back and rinse them, hang them out. Took all day to do a little bit of laundry. But we did that. We worked all day for 75 cents. But anyhow, we thought we was making a lot of money. And then we moved from there, finally across the creek into a half dugout. And all we had to cook on there was a fireplace. So that's where I made Dutch oven biscuits. All our biscuits were Dutch oven. And sometimes we'd go in there and find a little snake around once in a while. We had springs on the floor, and that was your bed, wasn't it? The springs on the floor with a mattress and all. Well, I was going to take a nap one day, and I turned the covers down, and a little snake crawled up under there. So I read him, I guess, I don't remember. Anyway, the snakes, rattlesnakes even come up to the little window that you could look out. We had all kinds of snakes around there. Had a little garden and lived there quite a while. My sister got married, and then we moved over to another house, a Garrison house. And she finally moved to Kansas. So that left the three of us, Harry and Sam and I. Our cousin had turned back. And then Harry got married. He moved to Texas. Sam and I was alone. I went to school, and he worked. Next spring I graduated from 8th grade. And he got a job in town. I went to Kansas, stayed with my sister all summer. She had a baby. I had to take care of her baby. And then I came back to Colorado in August. And 31 of us, I think it was, rode horseback from La Junta to Rocky Ford to the fair. Boys and girls, ladies and all. And we stayed, the ladies stayed in the hotels. I don't know where the boys stayed. They might have stayed down and played poker or something. I don't know. But anyway, we had a lot of fun. We rode in the parade horseback. Saw in a great big picture. I was hoping I'd have it here tonight, but it's over at Carolyn's. Well, anyway, we rode in the parade and rode around on the horses all 3 days. Had a lot of fun. And all I can recall and find out there's only 4 of us out of that bunch living now. So, guess they weren't as sturdy as I am. Some were younger than I, too. But anyhow, we had a lot of fun. So we was up there as the first watermelon day. No, that's second watermelon day. We'd gone to the watermelon day. It was a fair the year before. That was 21 when we went to this one. So, let's see, what else? Anyway, in January, I went to school in town. January, Tuttle and I got married. He got this farm over here, and this old Irishman, and come bouncing in there one Friday. Well, I got a farm, now I've got to have a cook, or it'll be you or somebody else. I said, well, I want to go to school. And he said, well, okay. And I said, well, give me the Monday to think about it. This is Friday. Monday morning I got up and I said, well, I'm not going to school today. Sam, he had started up to where Sam was working. He told him we was going to get married. He turned around and came back. Remember that? You don't remember that? And I went down the hall and asked this girl, she was standing down the hallway, and I went down and asked the girl, Gleason, if she'd stand up with me. What'd you go? Oh, first she said, well, you're out in school. What's the matter? And I said, oh, I'm going to get married today. You want to stand up with us? Yeah, she said. So Sam and Burl stood up with us. We went down to the courthouse and got married, went out to dinner, and went and bought candy and cigars and I don't know what all. Went back home then, and my next door neighbor had rolled up her carpet and prepared things. Said, we're going to have a dance. So we had a pianist in the group. So we danced and danced. She and Burl ran up the street to a tacky party and invited all them down to the dance. I can remember one guy in particular, he's bigger than Ron, he just had a diaper on. That was a tacky bunch, I'll tell you. Tacky party. It was a tacky party is what it was. Anyway, we had had to feed them, and we had to stretch that, and somebody had made a cake. We had to stretch all that out just a little bit here and there. But anyway, we had a good time that night. And we stayed there till the old man got out of the house over here. And we moved out the 1st of March, came out with a mail carrier. He came out in a buggy at that time, and he turned up here and come on down to Higby. So when we got out of the buggy up here, we had to walk clear over to the farm. So we walked over to the farm, and we started farming. Wasn't long till Sam moved out with us. He stayed a while, tore down an old adobe house, found a real nice watch buried in there somebody put in, had some blood on it. We figured somebody got killed or something. Anyway, Cuddle carried that watch the rest of his life.
Pocket watch.
Yeah, a pocket watch, gold pocket watch. And so Sam came and stayed with us a while, then he decided he was going to Texas. So he took off to Texas. Then Cuddle's youngest brother was sent out for me to keep. And I sent him to school that year. And the boy I'd gone to school with had adopted, he was an adopted boy, and he couldn't get along with his dad, so his brother wanted us to keep him. Well, we kept him. Then Dad picked up a kid in town, Shorty Weaver, and brought him out, and we kept him. He was all the time keeping somebody. Moved to Ditch House, and Forrest came along. We kept him. Moved down here. I'm telling the rest of the story. Moved down here, and I said, now I'm not keeping anybody in my home. I said, we've had somebody besides the family all these years, and I'm not keeping. First thing I knew, Richard's mother came along. Had 2 little great-grandboys. And she had had a heart attack. She couldn't see very well. She wanted me to keep them. I said, I don't want to keep anybody, Miss Bride. Well, I just don't know a better place I'd rather my little grandsons to grow up in. I said, well, thank you a lot, but I don't want... Well, I'll just talk to Cud. When Cud comes home, I'll just talk to Cud. I said, okay. Well, they went back to town. Her daughter-in-law, her granddaughter was with her. She had these little kids. She was trying to stash them out. She'd hid the girls out from the dad. So they went back to town. Dad got home. I said, well, I want to ask you a question. You got to say no. And he said, well, what in the world? I said, Miss Bryden wants us to keep her and them 2 little great-grandkids. Oh, no, he said, we can't do it. So she called that night and asked him. He said, no, Linda's just not keeping anybody. Well, she didn't know what she's going to do. But never did hear any more from her, so I don't know where she went. But anyway, we moved down here the 30th of June, 34 years ago this year. Moved here in 50. And I said, that's red letter day to me. Got off that hill up there, which I didn't like. Moved down here. It's been real nice. I've enjoyed it down here. And it's been a wonderful place, but it's time to move. I'm going to move to town and be a city girl. And by golly, I tell you, I'm going to take life easy. And if you come, I'm not going to keep groceries in the house. You better bring something to eat. It's going to eat.
I got one question. What year did you leave Texas?
Oh, 1920. Yeah, 1920.
One more question. How many days do your taxis to come into Colorado?
19 days on the road. Then I lay over there in Canada.
How many miles was it, Dennis?
Oh, Lord, don't ask me.
We didn't count it by miles in those days.
2 hours now, but it took us 19 days.
Where did you first meet Grandpa? Where'd Cuddle?
Well, at the first dance I went to after I got here in Fifth Canyon, we went to the school dances in May. And, well, the school was out in May. We got here in April, but school was out in May. And we went to the dance. And he just fell in love with me. He went back to Oklahoma. He had engaged no Indian gal. He told her he had a girl in Colorado. He came back and he said, "Do you marry me?" And that was in March, and then we married the next January.
What happened to your folks?
My folks?
Yeah.
Well, my mother died when I was 4 years old. And my dad married again when I was about 5 and a half. No, I wasn't that old. She died in September. My dad married in December, same year. And they've been having children, kind of wound up with 9. Mike is one of them. And we didn't stay around too long.
In other words, you moved out on your own.
Well, Sam came and got all the boys she kind of chased all the boys off as they got to be teenagers. And but they was gone, then Sam came back, and we had a little, got some material for the neighbor ladies to make us some nice dresses, and it didn't set too well. So he said, well, get ready. He said, we'll just move out. So we moved out. 1919 is when we moved out. And then we stayed with his sister's family, my dad's sister's family a while, and then we went to my mother's folks and stayed with first ones and others of them and worked before we came out here.
But you didn't start out here till April
Didn't start out here till April
of
20.
20.
Yeah, any more questions?
Yeah. How did Uncle Sam met Auntie Evans?
Oh, he went back to Texas after he left us and met her back there somewhere.
Uncle Sam, when did you move into Prescott?
Into Prescott?
Oh,
I came there in 46. Prescott.
And how long you been in Prescott and moved to Yarnell?
I only was there about 18 months.
18.
Yeah. Moved to Yarnell.
So in the Prescott already lumber business?
I built the lumber yard there. And the building, finished up the building that we lived in first. And then I had the other building built later.
so you have the story. How'd you like us? Thank you.
One more thing, Mama. What kind of clothes do you wear, Doctor?
Just dresses.
Dresses. Nothing, sunbonnet?
Oh yeah, we had sunburns.
No dress?
I got a few old pictures in there. I should have passed around today, but I didn't. I still can go get them and pass them. I think it's hard enough to get see.
Didn't have any design.
Well, we can pass these around right fast, maybe. This is the one I told you where we were crossing the bridge, and they got the horses' heads and Rhonda and me. That's the Canadian River. Well, this is where we left on our trip. We were cutting cane for the cows, and we'd find a good juicy stalk we'd stand and eat it. This is my dad and Mike's mother, and I'm on the left side. My sister's here, my dad, and this is Pat, Mike, and Agnes. That's the three first children of the other family. And that fella back there was an ex-convict, and he didn't have any place to stay, so my dad took him in. Just pass them around as quickly as you can.
Yeah, because it's starting to sprinkle. A little bit.
And this is a nice house that we lived in when we lived close to Roby, Texas. And the people standing out on this beautiful front porch. We're four brothers and there's two sisters of us with the first mother.
That's right.
Well, they call it
I don't
Christian
even
something,
think I can remember that
but
part.
it's never been so
I
good.
remember that, obviously.
It's a big house when you first moved in.
This is Charlie's family.
Oh, okay.
This is taken at the greenhouse. Sam, the year Sam left.
A little note for Mom. Something you remembered from coming to visit with her or whatever. Now, some of you've got your notes to me, some of you haven't. Be sure and do that before dinner tomorrow, will you? Because we're fixing a scrapbook for Mom.
Good.
And we want a little note from every one of you. Just something special. Bill Snyder said he remembered the time that he and some of the others went fishing, and they killed a rabbit for bait, forgot the rabbit, left it in the car under the seat, and Grandma was giving them the dickets for being so smelly and stinky and not taking baths and things like that. Oh. So anyway, Mom, we're so happy you're going to a new house, and
I told him I didn't want any cooking stuff. Throw that old stuff away.
right.
Grandma,
If you don't do it, we will.
that's a box of designer jeans. Don't let them fool you.
To Mother from both of us. Which two is it?
You just have to count them off, 2 by 2.
A loving mother is the heart of a family happiness. Oh my gosh, everybody has signed that. Well, God, thank you. Happy birthday, Mother. Thoughts are always special when they're being sent to you because you're someone very dear and very special too. And while we seldom tell you so or make a lot of fuss, we love you and we hope you know you mean the world to us. Thank you.
How old are you?
I'm 79 and holding. Hope I hold out till August.
How old are you, Sam?
83.
83.
83 this month.
Well, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Lynn. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, the 8th of this month was his, and my sister's first child was a girl, and she was born the 7th of June, but she passed away when she was just 11 or 12, not very old. She got typhoid fever from drinking milk that they bought from a fellow because the milk was cheaper, but it wasn't cheaper in the long run, so it pays to get the better.
Lois's birthday is the 10th of June, and Ruby's is the 20th of June.
Claire Jean's is the 19th of June.
Oh, boy.
Both my kids are in June.
Max is in the 17th of June.
Well, we got lots of June
Happy
bugs.
birthday, everyone. All the June bugs can whistle.
Okay, show us your pretties now.
She come up with
I just done one in a cooking thing.
Yeah, but we heard that your kitchen, your new kitchen is red and white with some black. So we have to get you something to match.
You've got to cook oatmeal.
Oh, yeah, I eat oatmeal all the time.
Oatmeal.
Yeah, I don't know what I put in this pot.
Boy, make it really stew. But don't make it smell.
Oh, there's a lot more, but I'm not going to dig it out.
That's a bean pot.
Thanks a lot.
I think we got done just in time. It's raining.
It's starting to rain.
Love you, Grandma.
Hey, I got you.
Oh, Lord, Claire.
Oh, where's she?
Gotta follow the numbers.
Get the chicken.
Get over there where
Come up now. I'll tell you who they're from before I start reading. Everybody ready? Okay, be quiet. This one is from Donna Hewitt. Grandma, I think remembering gathering chicken eggs in the chicken house with my cousins the most, or maybe swimming in the muddy river. I wasn't around a whole lot, but remember Grandma's insect collection, climbing in the hills with Grandpa, and being with the family. Whenever I think about Grandma, I always have a clear something of the picture of the house, the fence, the water house, the smelly old outhouse, and taking a bath in a bucket on the back porch with my other cousins. That's Donna. Thank you, Donna. This is Lois's. I remember the Sunday afternoons that I have spent with Mom playing Scrabble, with her beating the socks off me most of the time. Hurts her when I beat her. She beats me too. This is from Lawrence, Ridennoure. I remember that Mom let us go climb the hills, explore the canyons, and play in the river whenever we wanted to, and her only restriction was to be careful. I guess we were because none of us broke a leg or drowned. We just stubbed our toes, skinned our knees, and got lots of cactus thorns to dig out. Mark. This is Cody. The thing I remember most, the bedtime stories that Grandma read to us. I kept him parents so much and we read bedtime stories. They each had their own specials. The hikes on the hills near Grandma's, Cody. This is the Jean Beebe family. Aunt Lynn, I can remember all the good times we had over in the canyon. I shall never forget. Jean Beebe family. This is a family reunion, June 15th, 17th, 84, Higbee. Mom, this is Betty Jo. My earliest memory is walking to the mailbox one summer day when we lived at the Stevens place. The dust was warm and they boiled up beautifully around my bare feet, and I really enjoyed it. Thanks for many other memories. Hot cinnamon rolls when we got home from school, and lunches day after day. Good lunches day after day. Pretty dresses made from remnant bundles, swimming in the river and fishing, hill climbs, gathering flowers, and bringing home pretty rocks, to mention but a few. Thanks for teaching us to work and to play, to do well what we started and to finish it. We love you and wish the best in your new home. Betty Jo. Thank you a lot. Grandma. This is Rita Riley. Grandma, I often think of the summers we spent out here. I don't see how you did it with all of us ornery kids who would spend a week or two with you. We kept the rivers, creeks, and hills busy with our swimming, fishing, and hilling. Grandma, you are the greatest. I love you so much. Thanks for doing all the things you have done for me. And just being you. Love, Rita. Thanks, Rita. I enjoyed it all. This is Ray Ann. Grandma, one of the things I remember is hunting asparagus along the ditch by the orchard. Then when we had found enough asparagus, we would come back to the house and you would make cream asparagus on toast. That's the best asparagus I've ever eaten. The asparagus was good, but the best part was being with you. Thank you. I love you, Grandma. Ray Ann. This is Bill. Bill isn't here, is he? I remember going fishing with Grandma, Rita, Ron, Dwayne, Doris, and I, and Gwendolyn and Glenn John. We used a rabbit that was hit on the road for bait. Somehow the rabbit ended up under the seat of Grandma's car. After a day or two, the rabbit started smelling, and Grandma kept saying, "You boys quit stinking." I love you, Bill.
Those that you think
We had some great times. I'll tell you one of the great ones pretty soon. Oh, this is off of them. Joanna. Grandma, I used to brag to my friends about the great two-story house my grandma and wait a minute. About the great big two-story house my grandma in Colorado lived in. Then when I came back years later, the house seemed about half as big as I remembered. Smokey always seemed to know when the wild bunch from Arizona showed up. He would be in the far end of the pasture and we couldn't get him in. As soon as we gave up and came in the house, it would take him about 5 minutes to get in the corral so we could get him. We always loved coming to see you. Love, Joanna. This is from Pat and Charlie. Dear Mom, this is a fond memory Charlie and I have from our wedding. The night before there was a party at our house in Milliken. Mom, Jerry, Carolyn, Farron, and Cody, Rita and George, Shauna, Dale, Ray, Ann, and some friends of ours from Greeley were all having a fun time. Charlie had been teasing me, saying when he was to say I do, he was going to say, I can't, in hillbilly drawl. Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do. Okay. After several times of hearing him tell this, I said, okay, and there may be a wedding tomorrow, but there will be a funeral the next day. Mom very seriously said, well, I can stay over. Mom, we love you. Thank you. Yeah, that made everybody laugh. That kind of broke the ice. Miss Sue, I remember you have always been nice to me. I feel you are a real mother to me. I love you. Is that all of them?
No. No, Charlie had one.
What's under your arm there, Mom? Did you
I think you got them mixed up in there. Can't read
Did
it.
I get it mixed up? I think I did too,
I
maybe.
believe.
This is Donna's. I read these. Maybe I had one or two that you picked up, but I kind of looked too easy. This is some on there. Excuse my tears. Dear Sister Lynn, this is from Sam. I am glad you asked me to the great get-together, as you called it. I was glad to see all the ones I knew and those that I hadn't known. It was a pleasure for me. I think you did a great thing getting all the people together and feeding us so well. I enjoyed it so very much. Wish you good health and happiness, Sam. Thank you.
Drop swing, Grandma.
No, it's just the cutting off my... This is Ben. Must have been about 3.5 years old. Something. I don't know what this is. In the honey. The civet cat. Oh, the civet cat in the honey cans in the big box at Warren's place. I remember that. Larry and I chasing Dad. Larry and I chasing, I guess. Dad, wild horses around the he and Lawrence got in the corral and chased the wild horses around one time. I'd known they'd been dead by now. Dad's wild horses around the corral throwing sticks and stones at the same place. Then, thank you. This is Max. Aunt Lynn, the thing I remember most, not counting hospitality, food, and so forth, was the summer sunburn I got in 1934 in the 3 or 4 days bed rest. Also, the white duck. White duck. Oh, I forgot about that. The white duck I took home. I know now. That belonged to the neighbors. The cat's eating all my chipmunk skins. No, that. That was funny. I remember the duck now. Dear Mom, I will always, this is Ernest. Dear Mom, I will always remember when the horse was full of kids, grandkids, in-laws, outlaws. There seemed always to be plenty of food on the table, even when times were difficult and nobody ever went away hungry. You were always up at the daybreak and seemed to be the last one in bed. You should be more careful. It could be bad for you, for your health. Well, I guess it's been awful healthy. Thank you. The day before, this is Charlie. Hi, Charlie. The day before Pat and I were wed, we all stayed there, and we had people. We had enough beds. We had a party and it was handy. I found out you like blackberry brandy, and about the same time when you and I asked about your driving in the car, I didn't think I better go that far. Okay, thanks, Charlie. You didn't go too far. This was Dwayne. I remember when we were picking elderberries by the horse bridge. Higby Bridge. And Ron stepped on a rattlesnake with his bare feet, and he ran through the cactus. Grandma had to pick out all the cactus thorns out of his feet, and it took a long time. Yeah, that was terrible. Stepped on a rattlesnake, scared us all. Johnny Hart. I think what I remember most about going to Grandma's is the vast amount of whatnot and knickknacks in the house. I was always amazed at the number and variety. On each visit, I would try to remember if there were any new ones or any that I missed seeing or on previous trips. Thanks, Johnny. There's a lot gone today, I'm glad. Won't have so much dusting. The first time this is Mike, my brother Mike. The first time I saw Lynn and family was at the river. We went to the dance at the schoolhouse and danced until the sun came up. Oh, this is Lily. I see there's two on the one. This one is Lily. Danced at the schoolhouse and danced until the sun came up. Had a wonderful time, Lily Taylor. The first time I met you was at the Taylor reunion in '39, and then we came to visit you and had a wonderful time in '93. We wish you all the luck in the world in your new home, Lil, and I love Lil and I, Mike. We love you, Lil and I, Mike. Okay. Oh, my.
They got more.
Philip Morgan. This is Philip. Philip Morgan.
Want some black brandy, Mom?
Yeah, I like brandy. Dear Grandma, I will always remember your Rooster that chased us every time we went in the backyard. You have always meant so much to me, and you would never forget special occasions such as 8th grade graduation. At every birthday, you sent a card or a monkey or a pillow. I love you, grandson, great-grandson, Philip Morgan. Well, that was my pleasure, too. Not the rooster, but the rest of it. Grandma, I can always remember, this is Dean Sternholm. Grandma, I can always remember the many hikes, fishing trips, wild New Year's Eve parties we enjoyed. All the grown-ups went out to the real wild parties, and the grandkids and I had a party at home. And I also remember when I got a chance to take care of you after your operation. Thanks for making me possible. Love, Dean. Yeah, thank you, Dean. I appreciate your staying with me, too. He was my telephone answerer, went and got the mail, fed the chickens, got the eggs, fed the dog, cooked my dinner and brought it out. I slept out in the yard on the bed out there for about 2 or 3 weeks. This is Jerry. Mom, I remember smelling the cinnamon rolls coming home from school. Everybody remembers cinnamon rolls. This is Ron. While fishing about a half mile from the dam on the river, Dwayne cast a fishing line and the hook caught in my right leg. I remember. The scar is still visible where Grandma surgically removed the hook with an official Boy Scout knife.
You're lucky you still got your leg.
This is Doris. Grandma, I remember all the summers when you took us kids for a week. We always looked forward to it, even though I got smoke bombed in the outhouse and taken snipe hunting and got tied up in a gunny sack and left. You tried hard to keep the peace. I remember the bug collection and learning names of plants. Times when you were so special and still are. I admire and respect the example you've set for all of us. No one could have a better grandma, and than I do. I love you, Doris. Thanks, Doris.
Now, if anybody didn't get one written and you'd want to, why, sometime in the next hour or so, why, you write it, and we've got some more paper available, and then we'll have another reading.
Thanks, everybody.
The money tree is over here. And if you haven't signed the guest book, please do so.
Nothing.
I'll give her some lemonade.
Got it?
Wish, Ma. Yeah, we can.
Go ahead and turn it back. I'll get it in close and I can get all of them.
I like both. And all the
Right over here, Hunter. See?
I like that. I don't need any more than you do. I just don't.
Darwin. Let me see the food on that plate. Okay, hold it. Oh, very good.
That's for a growing boy.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. When you read it. Oh, I didn't realize it was. Yeah. Oh, you're getting a picture of me? The end of June.
Yeah, we're going to go talk to the car.
Hi, Mark. How are you?
Yeah, I like to take a picture.
You dance, Pat. There you go. Let's see where your granddaughters get that.
No, I'm not. You guys might have to wait a while. We got to take turns here. Go ahead.
It's all right.
I couldn't get Ted's head.
There you go.
There, now, do that again. Good.
Again.
Better picture there.
Yeah, there you go.
Look there, get Jerry. That's that. There you go. That's
Get
that.
your head up, Grandma. I thought I had a back foot.
Everybody smile. Get for the paper now.
For the paper.
For a Hunter Tribune Democrat. 1, 2, 3. They can go on.
Didn't get a shot.
Oh!
Okay, look at Darwin.
That's the camera broke. Wait a minute, I got somebody.
Johnny, you're right.
No, not anymore.
I heard this.
Look out, look out. The mean batter. Okay, you're back.
Carrie's a true sister, isn't she? Yeah.
But, goes back.
No, I want a picture of her with the back. Come on. Wait.
Who needs a mitt?
I want a picture of her with the back. No, right here. Come on, Anjo. Get the plate. No, I'm like
What I hear at home.
Okay, that goes.
I'm going to tell her this in mine. She's going to change your theory.
That boy. Keep going. I got one more batter for you. You want back for me, Joe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's Granny and her Cosmos. That's what they are, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a movie camera. You're supposed to move and wave.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, make some noise. Action. This is the Fowler Elementary School. We're having a reunion in the multipurpose room. There's a big crew. Standing outside talking, getting reacquainted. A couple of the cousins, Dwayne and Dean.
Here's Dwayne and Darwin. Dean, I mean. I knew that.
Get it straight.
Hi there, little buddy. Oh, yeah, that's right. Hey, Lance. What's happening, buddy? Basketball. All right.
There's Ronnie.
Ugly Ronnie. Ugly Ronnie.
All right. How you doing? Good to see you.
Uncle Jerry.
How you
Rita
doing?
Lynn. Dean.
All right.
That's Rex. And his wife Ming.
Hi, good to see you again. I didn't know you were going to make it.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
As I make ugly faces.
Okay, that looks a lot better. That's Johnny and Ruby right here. And there's Uncle Jerry. He lives in Canada. He came down to Lockerbie and they both live in Canada. And there's Uncle Lawrence coming in the door.
Down the doorway.
He's the one that's putting all this on.
Oh, Lynn.
Hi, how are you? It's different than what I saw yesterday.
That's Rita that's hugging the kitten. That's Pat's oldest daughter. There's Ben and Joyce. Uncle Ben lives in Canada. And this is Joyce. This is Grandma's brother's daughter-in-law. That's who she is.
That's all right, go on ahead.
There's Ray Ann talking with Lynn. And this is a neighbor of Lois's that lives next door to her, Esther. There's Lois and Lawrence again. Standing over at the door, posing for a picture.
Action! I'm going to take some pictures of people taking pictures.
There's Ronnie talking to Granddad. And Dwayne talking with Rita. And Uncle Larry with his camera.
There's the guest of honor. There's talking to Ronnie. And Dwayne. There's Uncle Larry. At the guest book. There's Randy in her new dress. Jerry and Larry.
I think behind somebody else.
Got here. It's Grandpa and Grandma Hart. Ernest, Grandma Betty. Cousin Doris. St. Ruby sitting right there on the end.
Here's a picture of Donna. This is Ruby's youngest daughter. There's a good picture of Lawrence and Missouri. Lois. There's a picture of Aaron. It's Ray Ann's daughter. There's Grandma Ridennoure right there. Look at that pretty dress that she's got on.
going to the hospital getting that thing dislodged.
We got that on tape, you know.
I don't care.
Rob and his girlfriend, Susie.
Hey, you two. Look over here and give me a smile. Oh, that's good. We like that.
Can you sign this picture? Can Mom do it? Put an X. Put your hand on it.
There's Ruby Jean. Jen comes from Canada. Mom, Granny, Uncle Larry, Lois, Jerry.
They said the ones with hats are already in the post
Grandma right now, Lauren, Lois, Ted.
If you'll all sit down, preferably on the table so you can face this way, I think we have enough room. First of all, thank you all for coming. This occasion is very special. Those of you who've known Vaughn for any length of time know that she was born in Texas. Even though she came to Colorado when she's 15 and lived here 75 years or whatever, she's still a Texan. They're all Texans today. Easy yellow rose, Texas, that I am gonna see. Nobody else could miss her, not half as much as me. She cried so when I left her, I broke her heart. Easy yellow rose in Texas, and we're never more apart. Hey! This flag has been flown on the county courthouse plaza in Prescott for the last 13 years on all special holidays. We just replaced all of the state flags. So there's some history in your flag. I have to make notes. I'm getting old. If anyone hasn't signed the applause for all of you. Along with putting it all together, she probably made more food for us than anybody else. Mitsu and Rayanne and Doris helped a lot, and I know everybody else did something, but I can't recognize all of them. But those 4 people have certainly made it possible to have a good deal. After we eat, we'll take an hour or so, and when we're all through with the program, then please, everybody, help us clean up. You know, if everybody does a little bit, nobody has to do a lot. We need to clean all the food, put the tables back up, carry things out to the car. There's so much to do. But if everybody will pitch in, we'll have a great time. If the food's ready, Mom, will you lead the session? Whichever way you go. Then, if you will, let's start with this table after the head table. Then this one. Go back and forth across. Sorry about you people back there. You're going to be back.
I'll teach you some back. That's a good thing.
Come on, keep it rolling. Don't quit now.
Here's Lois and her kids, starting from left. Wayne, Rod, Doris, Darwin or Lee in the back, and Dee and Ronnie.
They got all of the 10.
That makes the best shots.
So we got a big birthday card. And if you didn't, I think we got all of you, most of you, pictures on it. If you haven't, see me afterwards. We'll get a picture of you so you can put it inside. I'll hold it up here behind you, Grandma. We got some pictures here and our Sunday finest and at the eggnog bowl and probably something in the eggnog bowl. This is a picture of her and her sister Blondie as a baby, and of course in her ever-present flower garden. And we got a snapshot of here at my mom's wedding down here at the bottom, so look what you started. And then inside, we love you. I think we got everybody here, so if you don't, be sure and let us get your picture and sign a little place on the bottom of your picture here. So we love you, Grandma. You may kiss here. Put this up here, and maybe she won't be glorifying it. And I've got a little song that my skills will allow me. I need Susan here to hold my words for me, so that I can't read these. My lovely assistant. Okay, let's see if we're in tune here. This is a song that, I don't know, we just came up with kind of our idea both, and the name of the song is Grandma Was a Cowboy's Wife, all right? Grandma was a cowboy's wife, raising kids and living fine. Living life to its fullest, enjoying love, enjoying time. Working hard in Colorado, where the plains meet the sky. Just south of the Rocky Mountains, a true cowgirl all her life. Grandma was a cowboy's wife, she never asked for more. All she's ever wanted was a family to adore. Born way down in Texas, she grew up with the land, raising kids and flowers and kindness that only mothers can understand. 90 years and counting, the years have treated her well. Always there to lend a favor or sit and visit a spell. Grandma was a cowboy's wife, she never asked for more. All she's ever wanted was family to adore. She's a flower girl at heart, we'll never let her go. We love our country, Grandma, her smile, her heart and soul. And we're all together, her family and her friends. You can't help but love her, a beginning, not an end. Grandma was a cowboy's wife, she never asked for more. All she's ever wanted was a family to adore. Now we're all together, her family and her friends. We can't help but love her, a beginning, not an end.
I think that maybe some of you would like to say something. So let's start at the back table. Anyone back there that would like to stand up and make a statement? Gene, all right? Happy birthday to my favorite. Anybody else at that table? The next table?
I'd like to say thank you for inviting us to do Prince to Ridennoure for many years. Well, it's really my graduation from high school in 1947, and we've been friends ever since. And we spent many a night, I think it was in the Honey House or City High House or something. Happy birthday.
The next table?
I'd just like to say thank you, Lynn, for being my friend.
Happy birthday, Grandma.
Happy birthday. I think we were lucky because we lived real close and we always got to enjoy Grandma more than probably a lot of the grandkids. And just thank you.
I got another one here to let you in on something you don't know about. It's two guys here. My Aunt Lynn will be 90 years old today. She was young, her sister, when she was young, her sister and a couple brothers drifted up from Texas way. To make that trip in a covered wagon would be almost impossible today. Cooking over a campfire and making cactus jelly along the way. Lynn and Blondie were very faithful young ladies. They loved the great outdoors. They knew how to live off the land for months while even seeing a grocery store. She and Uncle Cuddle settled in the Hickory Valley, and Aunt Lynn changed the looks of that place. There was never a challenge she was afraid to face. She is proud of her sons and her 4 girls. The boys were tough and rugged, but her daughters were genuine pearls. Aunt Lynn can grow the prettiest flowers I've ever seen. If you have toured her yard, you know what I mean. North of where Barbara and I live, there's a desert that is bare, hot, and dry. If Aunt Lynn would spend one summer there, she would have flowers growing 4 foot high. She could make the best jelly out of anything, I got her recipe for cactus jelly a while ago, but it's so dry this year the cactus plants won't grow. She loved to see fall colors in the mountains in the fall. I've seen her climb up a steep slope that I wouldn't try at all. Aunt Lynn is very special, I would say. She will probably figure out how to make jelly out of a pine cone someday. It's Aunt Lynn's birthday, so people came from everywhere for my Aunt Lynn's birthday. Some live several hundred miles away. I've seen several horses that Ben has for hunters and dudes to ride. I'm not sure what business he is in, but he must steal horses on the side. Some very crazy kiddos in Canada, some sorrows and some babes. He goes to the Indian reservation after dark and collects the few strays. I have met a lot of people down here, but I have forgotten their names. That is usually the case. So sooner or later, we will all meet again at Aunt Lynn's place. Barbara and I went to Lois's place, and there wasn't room to park our car. Everyone started leaving like the house was on fire. I'm pretty sure I know why. Gene put the word out that I was a member of the FBI. Don't wait for Ruby Jean and Gunnison. She won't show it. If you let her out of your sight, don't tell them where she'll go. Aunt Lynn is about the only one I can trust to keep her word. All the rest of this crowd scatter when I come like when I come like this. Aunt Lynn doesn't get excited. She keeps her cool. She is. I didn't read more right. She is. Oh, Aunt Lynn doesn't get excited. She keeps her cool. She is confident that she can crowd them all at Park School. I think we're going to have a big pig roast. That is one contest I know I can win. I can eat them both. Gene heard I was coming and installed a security lock. He doesn't trust me if I come to his place after night.
In the weekend with him, he won't play young road with us because we can beat him, so he takes up his pole.
I hope all of you noticed the decorations, the balloons, the centerpiece, the streamers. Those are thanks to Gary from Salt Lake City and Donna from Seattle. Thank you very much.
Gary over there is a fellow that I met when I go over every Thanksgiving to spend the week with my daughter Ruby. And he and Ruby and I go shopping together. We have a good time. One time, Lois went with me and he wanted us to come to his little place for breakfast. Well, I had to make the biscuits. He made the sausage gravy, and one of the girls made the coffee, and the other had to fix the table, so we had to help with the breakfast. It was good.
Okay, is there anyone else at this table who would like to say something? Bessie?
I'd like to say the most wonderful neighbor anyone ever had, my dear Lynn.
I'm sure the feeling is mutual, Bessie. Mildred?
Aunt Lynn, I love you. I want to come back in 10 years. I forgot to tell my son. I tried to tell him all the way up here about Aunt Lynn and Aunt Blondie's families because they're my daddy's only 2 sisters. We came and spent the night in your bee house on my honeymoon. Remember that? And you were so exasperated because Ruby Jean had just left.
That was really a honey house, huh?
Gene and Darlene come to my house for the honeymoon. You get at my house. How many others I kept for the honeymoon? I don't know why.
You had the honeymoon cottage.
I think my good food.
All right, anyone else at the table?
Happy birthday, dear friend.
Not yet.
Thanks for the good
Steve?
stuff, Mom. Happy birthday.
Oh, Granny, I just want to thank you for not beating me in Scrabble every time you play. Love you. Sue?
Happy birthday, Lynn. It's been wonderful having you as a friend and a neighbor.
Love you, love you.
Anybody else there?
Just happy birthday, Grandma.
All right, at this table, anybody want to say something?
To a remarkable lady. Happy birthday, Lynn. May you live to be 100.
I'll thank you.
Grandma, don't quit making them biscuits. Just keep on for the next 10 years.
I'll make hard taxes fun. Come on, read them.
Oh, good.
Love you, Grandma.
Love you too.
Ernest, you were our first son-in-law in the family. What do you have to say?
In 53 years of marriage, there's never been any mother-in-law problems.
Come back over to this table. Mitzi would like to say something.
Mom, I love you.
Happy birthday, dear Grandma. Happy birthday to you.
All right, that concludes our party except for the cleanup. So everybody pitch in and we get it all done very quickly.
This is the Vogel Canyon picnic area. The whole crew's out here this morning to eat breakfast. It's about 9 o'clock. And those people are going to take a walk down to the creek where there's some Indian petroglyphs. And everybody else is up here chowing down. Cowboy coffee and cantaloupe and rolls and eggs and bacon. And there's the guest of honor, hiding behind Philip.
Hey, there we are.
Drive the school bus. The wind is coming from that direction. I work for Jim works about one day a month.
I was going to put it like this. Like this, maybe.
You need another one? I either take her into a center.
Just bring the ribbon, guys.
Friends out there. We have a great babysit. Yeah. She babysits for me more than I do for her.
Yeah, mine is
Something's cooking. Cooking coffee. Cousin Dean.
You guys hanging around these donuts. I'm going to get here before you think
John, we thought you already were here. I guess there was a few left, so I guess you weren't. It would have been gone.
People was begging on staying here riding a couple of 4 days when they seen them Jerry and Dan, they loaded their horses.
You've got your name on it. Hang on to the cup and use it all day.
Here's the sugar cream right here. All right. Get your roll and
Good coffee. Thank you. She had a little practice.
Collecting addresses too.
Get her belt and pull that pants.
You used to have some rice. They got this 4 years ago.
Yes, we've been
Here's the old ditch house where Grandma Betty grew up. We're up here visiting the old boy that lives here. See if he's home. Here's the Purgatory River. Here's the dam and the ditch gate that Grandpa used to open and close so the farmers could get their irrigation water down this ditch right here. This river is running high and it's running really muddy right now from all the rain they've been getting farther over to the west. No swimming today. Too muddy.
Slide down the hill.
Cousin Rob, his girlfriend Susan, cousin Doris, and one of the other younger cousins. They think they're going swimming.
That's crazy they're going mad. Susie's running there. Yeah, that's where all my kids learn to swim. Every one of them learned to swim that old river. Wow.
Well, more and more people are getting in the water, cooling down.
That's a good picture. Acreage down there, so he put a lot of his stuff down there, but it was lined up all real good. Yeah, he wasn't pretty good rain out here.
Probably a lot of
Well, that's the thing. The bills was nice.
Yeah, that's
They're playing in the water down there. Like a bunch of kids. I guess that's what they are. I guess that's what we all are.
We just walked off the road.
The road went like this. Well, that's
Where Dad is. His dad? You notice he only spells it with one N also. 1995, 1973. Bad sister. That's up toward the ditch house that way. Hey. Let's need mango.
Well, we'll tie this up. She'll tie it up.
So wrap it around
The living earth. Oh, isn't it pretty? That's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty. Thank you. Thank you.
You can sip the world every morning.
I got 2 card tables out on the porch with a lot of my junk on them, and everybody can go and pick 1 or 2 things. So if you want to go out there and look at some old jewelry and some
hello, Rex. I didn't know you would
things I'm just getting rid of.
Oh.
So if you want to go look at them, turn the light on.
It's a ball and
go out there and look.
Oh.
They're picked over pretty much by now, but there's still quite a bit out
That's
there.
his ball. On the table out here.